Welcome back to 3 with NGK. As you guys already know, I'm Nicole.
I'm Grace.
And I'm Karina.
And thanks so much for joining us once again. We're here, just the three of us, no guests today, to have some discussions about
all the things.
I'm
going to get right into it because one of the times we're hanging out and, we were going to ask a question, what everybody thinks when it comes to being in a relationship for such a long time, especially women. Mm-hmm. Women seem to be in these long-term relationships, 6, 7, 10 years. And then, at what point do you want to settle? At what point is a guy going to make a commitment? And we know the story with Nelly and their girlfriend. Mm-hmm. And we're going to try to bring a conversation what people think, only to find out that Chantel Jackson is her name, confirms her split with Nelly after nearly 7 years together. What do we think of this? Did we see it coming? Is that a norm?
Honestly, Karina, you can answer this, but I don't pay too much attention to relationships in the celebrity world because a lot of it, it's here for today, gone for tomorrow. Yes, they were there for 7 years. I know that we touched on in one of the previous episodes the fact that he said he wasn't prepared to marry her. I
Correct.
think at that point in time.
Because he was asked a question. He was like, you've been with her for so long. Do you have any plans to marry her? And his answer was like, we're together. I don't think I need to marry her to be together. And you don't have to be a celebrity. We've seen this in our own society with some of our friends. So it's just a perfect example to use.
Yeah. Is it surprising? No. But at the same time, as soon as you hear a man say that,
yes,
your light bulb should go off to say you know what? Maybe he'll never be ready. 7 years. He dated Ashanti for 10 years. Same thing, back and forth. And then he gets with Chantel.
Ashanti with 10 years.
Exactly.
10 years.
Honestly, though, I have a family member who specifically told me he doesn't really care for the wedding. He doesn't really care for the marriage. Mm-hmm. But he's proven to his woman in other ways that he's dedicated and committed. Mm-hmm. He just purchased a house with her. They just spent $20,000 on renovations. They're expecting a baby now. He's committed in every other way.
Yeah.
He just straight up said, he's like, I don't care for the wedding thing. I don't care for the marriage. And while she's expressed the fact that she's interested, he's just like, why? We can put that money towards something else. So in the case of Nelly and his girlfriend of 7 years, maybe there was something that was missing.
Yeah.
Maybe marriage just wasn't for him.
Yeah.
Right? Who knows? There's so many different...
But then again, he's also a celebrity. These guys... have a million women. I personally know people that Nelly's tried talking to during the 7 years. Him and Chantel are together.
Nelly.
So,
I'm disappointed. Not shocked though.
Not shocked. That's what entertainers do, and I think people like women like Chantel, I think they know their role.
Yeah.
They're with a entertainer. They're with a high profile man that has a lot of money.
Yeah.
That's what comes with it.
Yep.
Do you think she knew her role though?
Absolutely.
After 7 years, and I'm sorry, but Nelly's not all that now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you think she's still, despite him being more
some women are addicted to men that are in the limelight,
but he's not even in the limelight
but even so, he still has that hype around him.
The hype is still there for him. If he goes out,
Nelly,
he's still, he's still kind of relevant, to be honest with you. Mm-hmm. Hence, I guess the headline too, that shows you, because most of the people, this happens already, some old celebrities. Yeah. And you know what? These are just, I think sometimes you don't even have to focus on the news. You'll just hear about it too. And you'd be like, that's an artist that, that you like and whatnot. But I think what I was going to say to your point with your family friend, I guess some people focus on a wedding, and maybe that's what some men are not ready for. But if a man is showing commitment, I guess that could be argued differently.
You kind of know.
I feel like you kind of know no matter what. Because I feel like if you're planning to have a baby, when we were going to, some people say, okay, I'd rather have a baby with you. I'd rather make sure our finances are together. Mm-hmm. We have a property at least. The renovations are done. Mm-hmm. Instead of doing it. So some people do it backwards, actually. A lot of people are no longer doing things traditionally.
What's too long? Are you going to stay with a man for 7 years?
I personally will not. Without any sort of commitment.
Any form of
plan.
Commitment. Yeah, or plan.
If a man vocalizes and is very vocal in why he's doing what he's doing, because I know somebody in a relationship where the man said, listen, in a 5-year time frame, you are the one, but there's certain things I want to do in my life to make sure that fair. I get there. I could respect someone like that,
Yeah.
And you actually see what he's trying to do to make sure he's financially secure before he just tries to make you happy. Because if he's not happy, then now he's going to propose to you. Now he's miserable. He's going to get 4 or 5 hustles now.
You can't pressure them. But at the same time, I've seen so many men with a girl for 10 years. they break up, and then he marries the next girl in 2 years.
In like 2 or like a year. We've seen that with Cassie and Diddy. And actually, no, Diddy did not marry after. However,
she got married.
It was the other way around.
Had 2 beautiful babies. So like,
she moved on. And sometimes as women, you just have to know your worth and just exit. And she didn't exit bitterly. Well, we don't know that, but I think it wasn't publicized. But you could just exit.
It was bitter for Diddy though, because he was very salty after.
Well, Diddy has been salty. He expresses himself in very interesting ways when it comes to women. But a very successful businessman, we can't deny that. But I think some men are just good at that, like very successful. But when it comes to commitment or relationships, it's just hard for them. And personally, I think it's just your upbringing and your circle and the people around you. Because we've seen a lot of men when they're in certain circles, like all their friends getting married, chances are they're going to get married too, because they're going to be like, I can't hang with my boy, like all my boys now are married or whatnot. Okay, like you're not going to get a new friend out of nowhere. Like you want your clique, right? So you're going to do what your boys are doing. But if most of your boys are players, or like they're just doing whatever they do. All they do is just want to travel and like say, oh, I got this girl, I got this side chick. It's like, whatever it is your friends are doing, you're gonna follow. You're gonna follow suit, And I think that's all it is too. Like, you never like. I really think that's like the solution of everything.
Having good friends.
Yeah. If you are, I feel.
But you're usually at the same life stage. Like the people that you surround yourself with are, if not at the same life stage, you have very similar interests, and a lot of interests are based on where you're at in life, right? Yeah. So I mean, if you have somebody who's a player. They're going out Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, or they're getting boosts every day of the week. I mean, that's what you're into. Exactly. That's what you're doing.
It's like every single time,
Yeah.
There's always that one guy in your boyfriend's one friend that's single, that's doing the most that you hate.
Yeah, of course. Exactly. Like, what type of influence are you?
Exactly.
Yes.
That one friend that you hate.
It's very, very true. Yes, that's actually.
And then you try to hook him up with all your girlfriends, but he's not even about that.
Like not one bit. Like he's not. You know what? You're absolutely right. And I think for women, I guess there's no solution really, but I guess set your expectations, and when you go in any type of relationships, set your expectations, make sure they're clear, and just be real with yourself. No matter how much you're in love, like, is that guy gonna cater to your expectations right now, right there? And if they're not,
and don't settle for things that you don't want.
You don't want, and then blame them.
If you want to have kids, don't wait for him to say, "I want to have." Like, come to a compromise.
Yeah.
Facts. Yeah. You have to in a relationship.
Facts. Okay.
Facts on facts.
So, to my next question, ladies. Since we're talking about social media, and that's how we found out, you found out about this information. Do you think when you're in a relationship, should your friends follow your significant other on social media?
It depends on what stage of a relationship we're at, right? Okay. Like if we've been dating for some time, then naturally my friends would have been around you, and then gradually you'll build your own type of connection. And
got it, and then they go forward. Okay.
I don't see anything wrong with that.
I agree.
Okay. I guess what I was thinking about the question is like, you just started dating, and all of a sudden it's like, yo, why, like,
like right away?
Yeah.
And then your friends following him already, it's like,
it's questionable. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like I'm still trying to figure him out. Why am I following him? Like, slow down. Exactly. But I feel like my friends wouldn't do that unless I've brought them around him. Yeah. And if I've done that, then that means you got the green light to
you could follow like you don't
one
need
another.
To ask permission.
But naturally, I just don't see my friends just automatically
like following.
Yeah. That's weird.
Well, there's some trifling girls out there, but
that's not weird. What do you think about that?
100%, like 100%, because if you start dating somebody, unless you introduce me to that person, I have no business following that person. I absolutely have no business following that person. Like, there's so many other people I could follow. They're strangers.
But I even feel ways, even if it's like a friend of like a friend, like sometimes I don't want to be so intrusive. Like even though I just met you, I'll give it time to build a relationship with them, even if it's a girl, to like follow her on Instagram.
Yeah.
Like get a personal connection first.
A personal connection first, and then I'll then I'll follow. Not just because I met you yesterday and Grace's friend. Am I gonna follow you tomorrow?
Yes. That's like sometimes it's like that like tends to happen like quite a bit.
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, now we're just gonna like each other on Instagram, like no. Okay, to that point, back to like you just touched another question I was gonna ask. Like, like how like when you find like people like your friends have met in a circle. It's not really a big deal, but like, just asking for a friend.
Asking for a friend, aka Grace.
It's not,
Grace wants to know.
I want to know, we're out and about and stuff like that. And like Karina said, then I introduce you to a bunch of my girlfriends, and then, you start following them right away. It makes it very awkward.
It does, because it's like a force. It's like now
we're forcing it,
forcing you to say hi to me, like
exactly,
build that connection.
Exactly. Yeah. Like unless I really, really want to vibe with you, I make it very intentional where I want to follow you. Like I have like a specific agenda, like Karina's cousin, shout out Raquel, shout out Raquel, trying to get into real estate one or another, and she's just dope. Her style is dope. Her fashion is dope, and I was like, that's it. Like, that we finally actually for drinks and stuff like that. But like, I wouldn't creep out like a girl and I have no agenda or like, what's the reason? Like,
but you know what? It might be us, because I feel like that's how it is in this day and age with social media. That's how you even make friends.
Yeah.
So you know what? Maybe I can't wrong people for doing that, because that's how they make friends now.
True.
That's how you meet people. Network, XYZ. Like,
True.
Absolutely.
Okay, next question. What do you think are the top 3 things that females do when they meet a guy that turn men off? Asking for a friend again.
That turn men off? I feel like we gotta ask a man this question.
No, but I think as women we need to also acknowledge it sometimes.
Okay, so I mean, what I would think the first thing that comes to my mind is poor hygiene.
Yeah.
Asking for money.
Oh my gosh. First few stages.
Yeah, true. Asking for money. Okay. That didn't even come to my head.
Yeah.
But
there's girls
that would be a turn off. Just asking for money, looking to be supportive off the bat.
Yeah.
Poor hygiene. What else?
I say too,
attitude.
The attitude.
Yeah.
The attitude factor, thinking like you're all of that, and honestly you haven't gotten the first date and you're making 20 million demands, like some guys actually, from what I understand, and when we get a man on the panel we could ask that, it's very intimidating for men now to approach women, because women are now coming across like they want this and this and this and this, and a lot of men, even if they could provide that, there's still this like shallowness that's happening with dating, that like men don't really know how to do it. So I think females should just kind of like chill out just like a little bit, like even if you're all that, like you might not be all that to everybody.
I'm not gonna front, like on a side note, but kind of related to this. So one thing that I could say about me that could rub people the wrong way and ultimately turn them off is I ask a lot of questions. Not everybody likes to be asked questions, but for me it's like I don't have time to waste, one, and two, if I'm talking to you, I'm talking to you with the intention of getting to know you and understand you, and I just want to know the things that I want to know off the bat to know if I should proceed any further. Some people are in a defensive position automatically and they don't like questions, whereas like I'm asking not to be pressing, but to genuinely understand where you're at in certain regards.
I like that.
But it's not fine for everybody.
But not for everybody. But you know what was funny is I went to a pool party last night, and the guy asked, the first question he asked me was, "So baby, how's your finances?" I'm like,
baby. He said, "So
baby,
baby
too."
Oh my god, that's a turn off.
That alone was a turn off. He's like, "What are your finances like?" I'm like, "Little boy, you don't even know me. You can't ask anybody that." That's intrusive. Because
I think so.
At the same time, what if the female isn't doing well? You know what I mean? What if she's getting her life together at that point? I mean, she could say that, but like, who are you to say? He's like, I like talking to women that have their finances together, which is fine. Yeah. But I don't feel like that's a starter question.
Yeah. How many times had you seen each other that he asked you that?
That's probably the second time I've ever seen him. The first time he probably said 2 words to me. So for him to ask me that was just a little bit much.
A little bit much. That's like your first. That's a first date question for you, bro.
And then other questions were just like, "So do you see yourself with me? Do you see yourself giving me a call?"
It's like I don't even know you.
Like
that's the thing. The whole like, what are your expectations? What are your intentions? I am pro setting expectations and intentions and entering in relationships with intention.
Yeah.
But it's like, I don't know my intention
exactly
until I figure out who you even are. Exactly. And then depending on who you are as a person will shift my intention.
Exactly.
100%.
But for some reason it's like people are so fixated on what's your intention that it's like they don't even understand that you need to understand someone to even
like,
exactly. You have to have a
determine.
better understanding of them before you can make.
Yeah, and like
that
you could
call.
know, like I'm sure if I ask you, Karina,
Yeah.
what is your intention right now? What direction are you trying to go in? Of course,
Right.
you know
I can
your
only list my own intention.
your own
Exactly.
intention,
Yeah.
what you prefer, and I'm sure Grace, you know your own intentions
Yeah.
as well. But as it pertains to a specific person,
it has to
you
change,
don't
and you
know.
have to like navigate.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
So
And you have to compromise.
questions,
Yeah.
you know, don't be too intrusive.
Don't
Get
be
to know
too-
the person.
Don't ask
first.
about their personal finances for sure.
Exactly,
That's
that
actually,
too.
You know, I will never ask a guy that until like we're actually in a solid relationship.
Exactly,
And this
yeah.
and there's something we're actually planning to do together because we want to grow together.
Yeah.
I think that's when
Yeah.
that question comes in.
Yeah.
And in the first few
100%.
dates, you already kind of know if this is someone that's responsible
Yep.
based on how they're taking care of you, based on their daily habits. It doesn't take long before you find out how somebody handles their finances. Like you just look at their habits and their daily lives, right?
Yeah.
I want to pause for 2 seconds,
Yeah.
guys. Drop in the comments below
Yeah.
the craziest question somebody has asked you on the first
Please.
date, whether it was intrusive with respect to your finances, it was a sexual question
Yeah.
off the bat, when it wasn't one of those. Like, let us know in the comments below.
Oh my
100%.
God.
Like,
Sexual
100%.
questions are another thing too. Just don't do it.
Don't do the
Don't go
sexual.
there.
On the
Don't
first
don't
date,
ask
like-
for pictures right away. Like
No.
when we just started talking. There's so we go.
Don't tell me what you want to lick. Like keep that to
Yeah.
yourself. To maybe like the 10th date, not like the first.
You said where
date.
you want to lick?
Lick.
Where you want to lick.
You can tell me where you want to lick the first time.
So Nicole's okay with that.
Nicole's okay with that.
Hey, I'm not mad at
I'm
it.
joking.
I'm not mad at it.
I'm not mad
Hey.
at it though.
Not mad at that one. Especially if you're feeling each other. I think it all
It
depends on
depends on-
chemistry.
yeah, the
I was just gonna
chemistry.
say, you know
Yeah.
what? It's usually the weird ones that ask that.
Yeah.
The ones that you're actually trying to mess
The
with.
ones that
and
you want to
actually
tell you
talking-
that will not say that.
They will
to
not
you
say that
till
because they already
later
know.
on,
They're
right?
very, you know what I mean? It's the ones that you're just like, oh my
But it's the little
God.
gremlins that come to you with those questions.
They creep up.
Come on now.
I can only imagine
Get
Korean's
it together,
DMs.
gremlins. Get it together.
Get it together. So another thing that could turn men off that, you know, we were talking about is calling the man's phone so many times during the day, especially when you know he's a busy man trying to be, you know, do his thing. So ladies, like, try to avoid that.
Or if like he doesn't answer the call and you're calling right back.
well, that's what I
Not
meant.
okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
very-
that's not okay.
yeah.
If he doesn't answer your call, he's gonna
Send
see
a
it.
text, or
probably
he's gonna
busy.
see. But yes, just sit
probably
back and
should
wait.
call back.
Just wait.
Yeah.
Just wait. You know. Okay, guys. Can a boss lady be a trophy wife too? Because you know we see a lot of women that are doing their damn thing,
Yeah.
but there's always that man that could come up and like actually surpass that and whatnot, and be like, yo, you don't have to do anything. Honestly, like, I want to make sure that you know you're not even working hard. Like, do you think trophy, like just in
So-
general, not even just you? Just
Do
in
you
general.
mean like? Do you mean can a working woman who's a boss lady
Yep.
also be?
a trophy wife?
So you're talking about the man saying to the woman,
I got you for
I got
life,
you. You don't
financially.
have to work."
Yep.
I doubt it.
Does that mean? Is that a trophy wife in your definition?
So
Like
to me,
somebody who
so a
stops
trophy
working?
for me, a trophy wife is just someone that doesn't have to work at all,
Oh.
and the man is actually like making it very, very intentional that if I date you, these are actually the terms that like you don't have to
Oh,
work,
okay.
and like you're a trophy wife,
Absolutely.
like you're just like
I
this.
think the answer to that is absolutely.
Yeah.
You can be a boss lady and be a trophy wife in that definition.
and that detention, okay.
And I think so because if a man comes to a woman and says, "I'm good,
Mhm.
I got us, I can take care of us,"
Mhm.
I think there's nothing wrong with a woman playing a different role.
Mhm.
It doesn't necessarily mean she has to have a job, but she can hold things down in so
different
many
capacities.
different ways. Yeah, like
Good
for
point.
example, if they are invested in stocks on a day-to-day trading basis, right? Maybe the woman's at home managing their accounts.
Yeah.
Maybe
Okay.
the woman's at home taking care of the home. Maybe
Okay.
she's making breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Taking
maybe
care of
she's
the
keeping
kids.
the house clean. Maybe she's taking care of the kids. Maybe she, you know what I mean? There's so many
Yeah.
other things to do that I think
Right.
like boss lady is a mentality as well. Like,
Right.
how do you see yourself? How do you feel about yourself?
True.
What are you doing with your life?
True.
How are you taking care of your home and your man?
What do you think of that?
I feel to an extent, yes, you're right. But I feel most boss women, they're alpha females. And you can't, alpha females are like in their own world of their own. They don't take orders, right? So they're very demanding. They run the show. They're very controlling.
Yeah.
To some respect, I'm not saying all of them, but
Yeah.
I feel as if they'll do that for so long before they're just like, I want to
gotta-
get back out there.
Yeah.
Like, this is driving me.
I consider
point.
myself a boss lady. I'm definitely a boss lady. And I could easily see myself, if I found a man that was like, you know what, I'm doing so well, you don't even need to work. I could easily see myself like, yeah, cool. I would shift I wouldn't be working.
You wouldn't be
doing
a regular
9 to
job.
5. I wouldn't have your 9
You want to do like what?
Yeah,
You want to do
I would
something
build
like
something for us, for sure.
Yeah.
So I think like you don't necessarily need to be working
or like going back to your old ways, but you
No.
But to Karina's point, what I think
You're not
I've
gonna be
seen,
sitting, just
what I
pulling your
think
thumbs.
like, and anyone that knows me, like I was like, you know, she's a boss lady, blah blah blah. But I think like I too could, like I'm okay. However, to Karina's point, I get bored easily. Like I like to be out there. I'm a networker. I need to do my damn thing, and it's very tough to like let that go per se.
But you know what?
But
I
I
also
think,
feel it's because most boss ladies, they're independent because they have to be.
They have
so
to
you know
be.
what? If you're given a chance to
just sit back and relax,
sit back,
I will definitely relax.
Yeah.
This is
But
just
I don't
a
mind
cover-up.
grind.
Like,
That's
if
right.
you're ready to take care of me,
I'm okay with it.
I'm here for it. Like
100%. Because it doesn't mean that like you're just gonna take the money. Like we're not
Yeah.
dumb either. Like
Yeah.
it's not. We're gonna use that money. We're gonna help you grow. Like it's not like we don't know a thing or two in investing and like saving. Making our money grow.
But
Whether it's in real estate, whatever the case, we'll still make that money grow in our own way. Like even if we're not just gonna be sitting down, just going to Bali and chilling on an island,
But in
eating
essence,
popcorn and wine.
I mean,
but in essence, though, that's not really a trophy wife.
I mean,
Because trophy wives literally do nothing.
like
All they do is
absolutely
take care of
nothing.
kids and cook. That's
And
it.
cook.
excuse
And look
me,
pretty.
that is
That's-
not nothing. Yo, do you know how much work it is to be
No,
a parent?
no. I'm not saying.
You're
that.
like, they
No.
literally do nothing. All they do is
No.
take care of the kids and cook.
Yeah,
That's
but you
a
could
lot
be
of fucking work.
Yeah, it is. But there's also
they have a
working
nanny?
women that also take care of kids too.
Yo,
But I'm
there's
saying
no
all-
gratification because I have such a unique perspective.
Yeah.
Because I've been a single parent for so long. There's no gratification in doing it all. I'm sorry. There's a
No.
lot of people who are like, I'm an independent woman. I'm a single mom. I do this. I take care of
Talk
my kids.
about
I'm
it.
working. I'm doing this.
Talk about
There's
it.
no glory in
No,
that.
you're right.
I like
you're
that.
right.
You know what I
You're right.
mean? Like,
It is a job on its own. I'm not saying
Yeah.
I'm not taking away from that. It is a job, but I feel as if that's what they do. That's all they do is take care of the kids and take care of home. They don't have jobs.
So
They don't do the side
That's the
hustle.
job.
Yeah, to add
That
on
is
to,
a job.
No, but to add on
That-
to that though, is you have to understand that like in this day and age too, a lot of women don't really have the support they need from their other partners or friends or a circle. Definitely not from their man. Financial and financial support. Let's just talk about it. Is the biggest cause of stress when it comes to either single parents or mothers on their own. They're really trying to work and hustle. Because if you were given the finances and the money that you need to take care of your kids, to have a nanny, take them to hockey games, basketball games, like that's what money does. Let's just talk the talk.
Absolutely,
Money does that, and it frees up a lot of your time.
Yeah.
So I think if I have to add to that, I don't know if that's your point is, a trophy wife really is to really be relaxed. And all you have to do is take care of kids, but literally enjoy your time with the kids. So somebody else has paid to do all of that. That's why you're a trophy wife. You're there to look pretty, be pampered every day. And literally, the kids are like, okay, it's lunchtime. The nanny brings over the kids. And you're just having lunch with them.
Too? So you're
everything.
doing the cooking and taking care of the kids?
I mean, you could
So you're
if you
literally
want.
just there looking good, going to the
Literally,
gym.
that's
there
what
to look good.
Your
that's
job
a-
is to like go to the gym.
Like if we're getting down the
gym
nitty
and
and gritty,
stay fit.
that's a
trophy
trophy
wife.
wife. And like you were going out with other mothers that have rich husbands too, and you guys are going for your manicures and pedicures every day. All you do is like look good and go get
isn't that
Botox every
boring?
day and like go to
But
spa.
that's what I'm
they
saying.
love it though.
A boss lady wouldn't be able to do that.
A boss lady cannot do that.
God.
She'd be bored. See, even look at
What
you.
do they
like,
do though? Like you just
see?
get pampered every day.
Look good.
Look good.
Look good.
Literally have someone
But
come
look
to
good
do.
for what? To go where?
Your man.
Your man's at work.
But you're
Nobody
supposed
comes
to
back.
look good
That's
24/7.
that's why he wants
You
you
just
to
spend
look
all
good.
day getting ready to look good, so that when he gets back, you're there, ready.
So
like, hey.
the men, so this is the question to the men, and we're gonna ask them how when they come to the pod. If you had all the money in the world and you had like 3, 4, 5 kids, and you just wanted your wife to do absolutely nothing, are you okay with her being a trophy wife? And a trophy wife does not have to be anything negative. Like you have the finances, you have the capacity, and you just want to make sure your woman is not doing anything. And when you come home, she's looking glorious and fine as hell.
I mean, but like, do you need to spend all day, every day looking glorious? Like, I feel like I can get my hair done and my nails done and my skin done and everything one day. And
No.
then, like, what am I doing Tuesday to Sunday all the other days?
Hanging out
But
with your
look at,
girlfriends.
what's
Traveling.
hanging out, eh?
Private
Okay.
jets,
Oh.
champagne for breakfast.
I mean, the world's a big place to explore.
It is.
Look at Dr. Dre.
Like,
Look at Dr. Dre though.
oh yeah.
How much does he have to pay his wife in alimony? I honestly don't know what she does, right? But he has to pay her like $100,000 or something or something crazy like that
per month.
How
per
often?
month,
Per month,
because she has a cell phone bill that's this. She has somebody that's doing this for her every day. There's somebody doing that for her every day. So like,
She has to maintain her lifestyle.
a trophy wife, they literally upkeep 24/7, take care of the home.
What a life, eh?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Yeah, a boss lady would get bored of that.
Yeah. So to answer the question, a boss lady might not be able to be a trophy wife too, I think. But listen, I'm okay to be pampered. I'm saying,
but I'm not really.
as a boss lady, I'll do my thing. I'll probably work hard. Like, I won't sit at home all day, but I'm okay to be pampered.
Me too.
So, yeah, man.
Listen, to all the rich men, I've worked hard my entire life thus far. I'm ready to be a trophy wife. And travel the world and get pampered all day.
Yeah,
I'm
so
ready for that too.
hit me the DMs.
I'm ready for that.
Awesome.
I play too much.
Awesome.
Kind
Go
of
for it. Go for it.
Next question I have for you guys.
Okay.
Have you ever been love bombed? So overflowed with an abundance of love, just going super hard for you. And then when is it too much to the point where it pushes you away?
You know what? To be honest, love bombing is a narcissistic trait. So when you first meet a narcissist, they love bomb you, just to kind of throw everything off, and then they kind of catch you in your web. But so they love bomb you in the beginning.
Wow.
I was dealing with a narcissist before, and to the point where I'm just like, this guy's only known me for like a month, like even like I'll even say 3 weeks. And do you want to introduce me to your mother? He was showering me with gifts, trips. I mean, I wasn't complaining. I was enjoying it. But after a while, I was a little taken back. And I'm just like, yo, you're doing too much. Like, I know what you do for a living. And the thing is, I wasn't asking for it either, right?
Okay.
Because he was such a nice guy. It was somebody that I would probably want to build with. So I'm like, you don't need to do all of this in my head.
Yeah.
And then the horns grew out of his head, and then all the other narcissistic traits came out, right?
Yeah.
But
That's
it's a
scary.
narcissistic
After
trait.
how long did that show?
So after a few months,
yeah.
I started seeing different signs. I'm like, you're not normal. Like,
Oh,
I don't know
man,
if I
that's
can.
scary.
I don't know if I can do this with you. But the love bombing thing, it's very clear when somebody's love bombing you. It's not like a casual guy that wants to go out with you. Love bombing is when they're doing the most. Not that it's a bad thing, because maybe there are some genuine guys out there that just really into
probably
So
like
how do you tell the
conflicted.
difference between the two?
time will tell. I guess.
How much time will tell?
Like
I don't
when
know.
he
I
starts
guess it
acting with the
depended-
horns come out, I
when
guess.
the horns come out of
and
the
you
head.
it's up to you to pay attention.
Yeah, you have
I
to
feel
Damn.
like I haven't
That's the
been
thing.
love bombed. Like I haven't been spoiled like that to the point where I had to be like, oh my God, this is like, whoa, like this is too much. But I have heard like women, like, you know, I've seen men just go crazy, almost like obsessed, like, you know what I mean? Like spending on them, and it's like they feel good. Like it makes them feel good. Like it almost like turns them on. Like
It does.
you know what I mean?
And there are some
it's almost
guys-
like a
yeah.
behavioral issue at this point, or a narcissistic behavior. But I think there are men out there that actually just have it.
Yes.
And they just naturally just be like, oh no, yeah, do you want to go? Let's do
Like
this, let's do
natural
it.
givers.
Like they want to
Yeah.
just have a good time, and they just really care, and they just want to do it. And I think what, maybe to answer your question, you tell based on what they want in return. How they start reacting to you when you say no to certain things.
Yeah.
When you're really busy.
That's a good point.
When you're
How
really
they react
busy,
when
as
you
a,
say no.
when you say no,
Manipulation.
or like
Yes.
manipulation, like how they act when you say, oh, you don't call them back, okay? But I do this awfully, but I do this, I take care of this, this. Like, how do you not have time for me, right?
Yeah.
So I think those are the
red
horns you
flags.
see versus
Yes.
somebody that's actually genuine
Yeah.
is not really expecting anything back. It's like, oh my God, like I know you're busy, but you know, like next month, let me know when you're free again. I'd love to go golfing again, or I'd love to do this again.
Yeah.
Like you start kind of
Yeah.
telling based on how they react to your
I agree.
no's,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't been loved, so I don't know. But it's definitely a good point to bring
Yes.
up.
And it
to
doesn't
be
take
careful.
away from the good guys, though.
It doesn't take away from the good guys. The good guys that do that, shout out to you if you're genuine
Shout out
about
to
it.
If
you.
you know what
You
you
know.
want and you're going for what you want, that's what
Yeah.
we're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So next question I have is, what do we think about comparing past relationships to the current one you're in, or to the current person you're talking to, and can that be detrimental?
It's toxic.
Very toxic.
It's toxic. Because, I mean, he's a new person. Like, give him a chance, you know? Give her a chance.
But you know that we all compare in our minds.
Yeah, you're going to do it anyways.
Naturally. It's going to happen.
I think naturally it happens because we're just human. But I think it's up to us to be aware what it is that we're comparing and why. because you can't control it.
Yes.
It's not up to us
and
to
not
control
necessarily
it.
vocalize
And
it
vocalize
as well.
it either. But
That's
it's up to
where it
us to
becomes
just,
detrimental.
yeah.
But
And I think,
go ahead.
if you start a new relationship, naturally you call your girls and like, girl,
Exactly.
he is way better than the last one. Come on.
Exactly.
No,
now.
it's true.
But then,
You have to
it's like,
compare.
I'm like, oh my God, like he's doing all this. I've never been treated like this. Like,
It's true.
So you compare, but it's okay to compare in a healthy way. But I think
Yeah.
it becomes detrimental when it's like, he's not doing you right. And then you start comparing him to other men. I don't
Yeah.
think that's fair. If you're not happy with what he's doing, just be clear. You know your
Yeah,
expectations.
I agree.
So don't try to compare him to other people.
It's
and
true.
men as well. Don't try to compare me to an ex girl. Oh, well, my last girl used to do this and this and this. Like, no one wants to hear all of that.
I don't want to hear that.
If you're not happy with me, just let it be known. I'm out. You
I
know
don't.
what I mean?
I don't care how you last girl
Unless I
looked,
did and
how
did
she
and what
cooked,
how she
how
cooked,
she dressed.
how she dressed,
I don't
how she
care.
looked and everything. And
How she cooking, how she dressed.
and like
Exactly. I don't
even
care.
a secure woman and man in a relationship when men
bring it up.
Well, if you do that, like I don't
Yeah.
care how confident you are, it does ruffle the
Oh, yeah,
relationship.
yeah.
It does
Of
ruffle
course.
the like you
Yeah.
start questioning yourself when
Nobody wants to be compared.
and nobody wants to be
Period.
compared.
Yeah.
So let's like not do that in our future relationships, even in friendships. You know what I mean? Like like people focus so much on like just the other significant other, but it actually even amongst friends, like you know what I mean. People do that a lot, and it's unfortunate because then you can't enjoy the current state.
Some people
naturally.
do a lot of comparisons because there's no. They haven't settled the last relationship. You know, there's still there's no closure there, so they're continuing to compare because that chapter hasn't closed to them. So
That's crazy.
So,
How-
what do you
yeah.
guys think about like if somebody asks you about your ex? Like, so how did your ex? Like, I know for sure you guys have gotten this. So,
A
what if
billion
someone
times.
asks you like, so
All
how
the
did your
time.
ex do this?
All
Or
the time.
what did you like about your ex?
All the time.
Do you guys even
never.
answer that?
I'll never.
I
answer
never
those
do
questions.
it.
I'll
You
never
never
answer
I mean,
that,
I will
right?
make I will just make a casual comment. I was like, no, honestly, like it was so long ago. Like I'll make it so insignificant in a way that
If
I'm answering this because you're asking, but I'm not trying to answer this again.
Yeah.
Like, but I'll make it seem like I don't think that's significant. However, this one time this happened. Anyways, like you know what I mean?
You know,
On to
I'll
the
never
next
bring up. I'll
topic,
never
yeah.
bring up like how my ex-man did anything to my new man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then like, and I'll the only question I'll answer is how did you guys break up?
Yes.
And the thing is, I won't.
That's
say
a
it
big
in
question I'll
I'll
ask.
never
You
downgrade my
wanna know.
exes. I'll
You
just
need
say
to
it never
know,
worked
yeah.
out. It just didn't
Yeah.
work out.
Yeah.
You were
But
compatible.
then, like, okay, so if somebody told me it just didn't work out,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm not accepting that as an answer.
Really? Eh?
Hell no. What do you mean it just?
Then you
didn't
I don't
can
work
ask.
accept that either.
But I want to know why didn't it work out?
Because I need to know how you handle. I need to know how you handle breakups and how you
Like,
moved on.
I feel like
how
that's
long
a
it
cop-out
was.
reason. It
Yeah.
just didn't work
but
out.
then
Like,
the follow-up question
okay.
is like, what were the things that you felt, made that relationship fail?
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
a follow-up question to
Sure.
that.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
So you don't
sure.
accept just it didn't work out.
I'm not gonna dog him out to like my new guy. Oh, he had 20 million gallons,
Gallons.
Yeah.
this and that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I wouldn't
yeah.
do that to the next. Like, I wouldn't want the next man to know that information, anyways.
Yeah.
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 Because then he's just gonna be there. Then that just creates a whole
That just creates a
plethora
whole
of,
other
like,
begabones.
yeah. They're like no.
Then
really
it's gonna
wants
start
to.
digging for your business and all of that. So
Yeah. So yeah, I'm with you. Like I definitely. I want to know how the breakup is very important because I want to know how long that breakup was.
that too.
And why you guys broke up. Not because I want to get it. That will help me navigate and either give you the space that you need. Like if it's like 3 weeks ago, a month ago, chances are I'm not gonna take this seriously.
Me
at
too.
all.
Yeah.
If
I
it's
agree.
like 2-3 years apart and you were just been dating,
Yeah.
I rather like someone that was casually dating and
Yeah.
it just happened organically. And then we're just both like, okay, like here we are. But like any relationship, man or woman, those feelings linger out. Like
Yeah.
how many times have we all gone through breakups? And we all know.
Yeah.
Even if we're in a new relationship, there's certain things we haven't closed off yet.
Yeah,
And
for sure.
we're still going back and be like, but I wonder why, So anyways.
Yeah.
I have a spin-off question. If a man that you just started talking to, or whatever stage you are at in your relationship, asked you if he's the best you ever had,
You lie.
would you guys both lie?
Of course.
It's yours right now.
I'm trying to build up my man.
The present
If he
moment
asked you
matters.
if he's the best, no. So Karina, we know Karina would lie. Would you lie, or would you just be like, we could improve in this area? Like, are you
I'm
lying?
telling what I
or-
want to improve. If we're in like seriously in a good relationship and we're very healthy,
Yeah.
and our sexual relationship is very healthy,
Yeah.
and there's certain things we want to explore, I'll be very honest.
So if he asked you if he's the best you ever had, and he was
If
not,
he's not,
what would you say?
What are you gonna say? I don't know. Like,
Yo,
I'll be like, I haven't been hit like that,
You're in the
and
top
they
three.
weren't that good. And it's like, how about let's just say you're in the top, and right now everything's great, and there's no complaints.
So you wouldn't lie.
I wouldn't lie, but I wouldn't make him feel like he's dead.
Okay.
Because we just
You're just lying. Like, yes,
Depends
you're
on
the
how much
best.
I like the person, because I'd want to. I'm like, you know what? Honestly, yeah, you are. You know,
You just lying.
Just fluff it
Do
up a little
it
bit.
again for the camera. Let's see how you do it.
you just fluff it up a little bit, because I've heard,
Yeah.
I've said, I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
I've said it before, where I didn't really like the guy
That's
as
true.
much, and I'm like, you're in the top 3, and he's like, you know, I love a challenge. Like, those are the things that they'll come back to you and say.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So you would say top 3. You wouldn't be like, yeah, you're the best. If he said like,
no, I would say, yeah, you're. If I really
Because you don't want to
like
tell
the
a guy he's the best, and then like later on, you know what I mean? Like, I listen, I never want to give anyone that title until, like, I don't know. I think there's a certain time someone that needs that title. So
Okay.
far,
But the question
for now,
alone's loaded, though.
it's super loaded.
is it?
Yeah,
I feel like
that's
Are you
a
doing
good
this like a sexual
question.
experience,
I
like
don't
how
even
they
know.
are in bed kind of thing? Like how
Yeah.
you feel?
Are they
Yeah.
the best?
I'll say, like, you're one of the best I've ever had for sure.
Okay.
There you go. One of the best.
One of the best I've ever
You
had.
worded
for
it
So
sure.
they
right.
ask you if they're the best, and you're like, yeah, you're one of the best.
for sure. Because it'll be a lie. I know I'm not the best you ever had.
Yeah.
I'm okay to take that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because you're like, you know what I mean? So you can't expect that from you either.
Exactly.
We're all here always under construction, you know what I mean?
I would
There's
never
somebody
ask.
out there that could always outdo you, me and you. So
Yeah.
it's not fair for me to give you that title yet.
Very
you know?
true. Very
So,
true.
All right.
Yeah.
True.
So when it comes to money, sometimes the breadwinner in the relationship, whomever that might be, uses money as a form of control. What do you guys think about that? Have you experienced that?
Man,
No.
I've seen women go through it. Like,
Me too. I
the
haven't
whole it's
experienced
over. I bought you this. I'm gonna take away your car keys because I bought that type of thing. You know what I mean? So men do it all the time. It's manipulation.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Have you experienced that?
No. I'd be
I
like,
haven't
take it.
experienced that. Take it back.
Take it back, please.
Yo, I'm like,
you
so,
make your
the way
own money.
The pride in me, like, take it all.
Take
Listen,
it all, and don't ever give me nothing.
e-transfer
ever again.
sent back.
I'll send back the money before they even say
They're like,
boo.
boo.
Like, no, I don't play with, I hate Indian givers. If you're giving somebody something, like, if it's your, even if you guys break up, if you're gonna take it back from me, you're back.
And if you're gonna ask
that's
about it, if
so
you're gonna make a
bad.
comment on it, either like if you're gonna make a comment on it and like you're gonna try to use it to manipulate me, we're
Yeah.
done here. Like I will make that
100%.
very like this
Yeah,
is not a
that's so
healthy
bad.
relationship because this is just going downhill. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you're manipulating your partner, it's toxic.
Yeah.
So
100%.
100%. But anyways, guys, we could talk all night. We could talk all night. I mean, we're gonna keep partying for the night and whatnot. But we're gonna wrap it up on this episode. Catch us up on the next episode where we're announcing our anniversary. So we're pretty excited about it. There's gonna be loaded topics on that, and to be continued. There's relationship questions.
Oh yeah,
Like conversations.
we could go on and
like
on.
we could go on and on and on. So we can't wait to hear your feedback on these topics on these questions. Please write in the comments. And as usual, follow us on YouTube, Instagram, Anchor, Spotify, iTunes. But first, go on our Instagram, 3-Way with NGK. Over there, follow the link tree, and we're on all channels. Thank you for your support, and until next time.
Cheers. Mwah.